The day Yemoja stilled the storm, brought to you by Orisha Oasis TV. The village of Tutu had always depended on the sea. The fishermen lived by Yemoja's grace, casting their nets into the vast blue waters. Knowing that she provided for them, the women sang her praises as they gathered water from the river, believing that her blessings purified their lives. Every year, the villagers honored Yemoja with offerings of fruits, flowers, and songs, ensuring her favor remained with them. But there came a time when the sea turned against them. For weeks, the sky darkened earlier than it should. The wind, once a gentle whisper, became an angry howl that ripped through the village. The waves that had once carried boats safely home now swelled with fury, swallowing anything that dared venture into its depths. Storm after storm ravaged Tutu, leaving boats shattered, homes in disrepair, and spirits broken. The elders, wise in their years, gathered at the center of the village, their voices carrying the weight of their ancestors. "This is not a mere storm," declared Baba Aluo, the oldest among them. "This is Yemoja's wrath. I have displeased her." Mothers clutched their children tightly. Men exchanged fearful glances. Had they forgotten an offering? Had someone offended the goddess of the sea? No one knew. But one thing was certain: if Yemoja remained angered, Tutu would be swallowed whole. Among the villagers was a young woman named whose heart had always been drawn to the ocean. She had been raised on the shores, taught from childhood that the sea was both a mother and a teacher. While others feared the waves, she respected them. "If Yemoja is angry, spoke up, then I will go and ask for her forgiveness." Gasps rippled through the crowd. "Will be swallowed by the storm," cried an elder woman. "The sea has no mercy when it rages," another warned, but stood firm. She tied a white cloth around her waist, the color of Yemoja's purity, and carried offerings of fresh fruit and honey in a wooden bowl. With her heart steady, she made her way to the shore where the storm raged fiercest, a journey into the depths. The wind roared around her, lashing her skin with sand and salt. The waves rose, as if trying to chase her away, but did not turn back. Instead, she stepped into the water, deeper and deeper, until the ocean pulled her beneath. For what felt like an eternity, she drifted in darkness. Then, slowly, a soft blue glow emerged around her. She was no longer in the stormy sea of Tutu, but in a place beyond the world of men. She was in Yemoja's domain. The waters around her were calm and shimmering. Schools of fish danced in unison, their scales reflecting an ethereal light. Giant sea turtles moved gracefully in the distance, and corals glowed like lanterns. In the center of it all, seated upon a throne made of mother of pearl, was Yemoja. Her presence was overwhelming, both nurturing and commanding. Her skin shimmering like the sea itself, her flowing robes rippled like waves, and her deep, knowing eyes bore into Ashe. "You dare to enter my domain, child." Yemoja's voice resonated through the waters, neither harsh nor welcoming, though in awe did not cower. She lowered herself in respect and offered the bowl of fruit and honey. "Great mother of the oceans, I come on behalf of my people. The storms have not ceased, and we fear we have angered you. I ask for your mercy." Yemoja's gaze softened, but her expression remained serious. "'Tis true that I am displeased," she said, "but it is not your offerings that have angered me." Ashe's brow furrowed. "Then, what have we done, Great One?" Yemoja rose from her throne, and suddenly, the waters around them changed. Scenes unfolded before Ashe's eyes, visions of the fishermen taking more than they needed, casting their nets without gratitude. The rivers, once sacred, were now polluted with waste. The respect that Tutu had once given to Yemoja was fading, replaced by greed and carelessness. "They have forgotten the balance," Yemoja said, her voice heavy with sorrow. "They take without thanks. They dirty what is pure. They no longer honor the waters that have given them life. And so, the waters return their carelessness with destruction." Ashe's heart ached. She had seen these things, but she had not realized how deeply they had wounded the mother of the sea. "What must we do to make things right?" she asked. Yemoja studied her for a long moment, then reached into the waters and lifted a single droplet in her palm. "Take this," she said, placing the drop onto Ashe's forehead. "Carry my message. If your people truly seek my mercy, They will restore what they have broken. They will give thanks. They will keep the waters clean. Only then will the storms cease. As soon as the words were spoken, felt herself being pulled away, back through the currents, back to the world above, the reckoning and the renewal. She awoke on the shore, gasping for breath, the storm still raging around her, but something had changed. The drop of water from Yemoja still glowed upon her skin. She ran back to the village, calling the people together. Yemoja has spoken, she declared. The villagers listened as she recounted everything: their greed, their neglect, the goddess's pain. Some hung their heads in shame, while others wept in realization. And so, from that day forward, Tutu changed. The fishermen took only what was needed, offering prayers of gratitude before setting sail. The villagers cleansed the riverbanks and the shores, ensuring no waste tainted Yemoja's sacred waters. And every evening, songs of thanks were sung to the ocean. 3 days later, the storm ceased, the skies cleared, and the sea was calm once more. The village flourished. The fish returned, and the people knew they had been forgiven. The one who had dared to face the goddess became the keeper of Yemoja's wisdom, ensuring that Tutu would never again forget the balance between humanity and the sea. Thus, the day Yemoja stilled, the storm became a legend, a lesson passed down through generations, reminding all that the ocean is both a giver and a taker, a mother and a force, one to be honored, respected, and never taken for granted. The end.